Welcome back to the Coach Business School podcast. My name is Andy Ramage. I'll be your coach, your trainer, your guide in this conversation about all things coaching. And today's topic for me is a really important one. It is why coaching can become a team sport rather than an individual game. And when we make it an individual game, we fall into the comparison trap. And this very often is the end of so many great coaching careers. So before we unpick this conversation today, just a reminder, this podcast, as always, is brought to you by the Coach Business School, where I'm the founder and lead trainer. If you are looking to get accredited as a coach, look no further than Coach Business School, or you're already an accredited coach or a qualified coach and you want to come and train with me in our Coach MBA, which is all about marketing and business. I've got you covered. Wherever you are on your coaching journey, whether you are new and thinking about this or an established coach, go to coachbusiness.school. We've got the course for you. Okay, today's topic of conversation is how do we make coaching a team sport? I think one of the big mistakes that I see in the world of coaching is that we train together and then go it alone. It doesn't really make sense when you think about it. And then what happens is we fall into the comparison trap. We open our social media feeds, and because we're interested in coaching, of course, the algorithms do what algorithms do, and they just share with you coaches. They're everywhere. There's bazillions of them, and they're all doing it better than you. That's how we see it, don't we? It's like, oh, I should be doing that. Oh, they're running workshops, they're running retreats. Look at their amazing super duper social media posts. I'm so far behind. I've got no chance. I give up. Happens too often. That is why I'm not a huge fan of social media. It's the truth of it, right? I think it is a comparison trap. And what we know is comparison is the thief of joy. So true, isn't it? In every arena of our life. And one of the greatest lessons I ever learned in business some over a decade ago is that to cultivate what I call an abundance mindset. What I mean by that is I'd come from a very win-lose world. I was a professional footballer, win-lose. Then I was a broker. That is high-paced, high-demand, high-stress kind of job, and you are in a battle every single day against your competition. And if you win, they lose. You lose, they win. So my mindset was shaped in that way, which is a comparison style mindset. You've always got to do better than the competition. You've got to muscle them out. And actually it wasn't healthy. I didn't enjoy it in the end. Everything became a challenge. You were constantly aggravated if you didn't do every single deal. And of course it's not possible in many arenas to do every single deal. And it broke so many of our brokers who are great people, but they just turned into negative moaners constantly because they weren't doing every deal. So I had that mindset installed, and then thankfully I went on this coaching adventure. Some 14 years ago I started into that, but then really got into the business side of it and realized quite quickly that type of mindset will drive you nuts. It's the truth of it. It's horrible. It keeps you stuck in this constant fear loop of someone doing this better than me. I've got to hoard and hide all this information because, God forbid, it leaks out and someone copies everything that I'm doing. I see this all the time with coaches. It's like, oh, I can't share anything because if I dare share it, someone might pick up on what it is I'm trying to do and do it better than me. And then I'll end up with no clients. And then we get stuck. And then we open our social media, as mentioned, and we see everyone doing things better than us. Or so we believe, and therefore we tell ourselves a story that, we're too far behind, we're not good enough, and we give up. And too many wonderful coaches are unsuccessful because of that comparison mindset. They think it's a solo sport. When I flipped the script inside my mind, I cultivated this abundance mindset, which was the opposite of what my mind had been trained in. So it took me a while to train it out of my mind, but then it just opened up the world. I realized really quickly that there is so much opportunity in this world. That there really is. When you open your mind to it, there is so much opportunity to be creative, to be entrepreneurial, to succeed in whatever domain you choose, coaching or not coaching. Because if you're really good at what you do and you achieve a certain level of mastery and you love what you do and you sharp and shine that, it doesn't matter your career, what it is that you do, you will excel. Because there's only one of you. This is the wonderful thing, and especially when it comes to coaching, there is only one of you. There can never be another one of you. No one can ever copy who you are, because you're distinctly, uniquely, wonderfully, perfectly, imperfectly you. And once I figured that out, life just became so much easier. And I realized also, let's look at this now through a coaching lens, that there are more coaching clients than you could ever handle in a billion years. It's the truth of it, isn't it? Like, when you look how broad coaching is, most people on this planet would benefit from coaching. That's like 6-7 odd billion people, right? Now, I can run the maths and guess that you probably couldn't handle that many clients. Neither could any of us, clearly. Now, of course, there's niches within niches within niches, and most people, coaching's not financially accessible or available, or they don't quite know what it is. But again, there's such an exciting opportunity. We're still really only scratching the surface of the potential of coaching, and I see a future where more and more people are coming to coaching. It's happening all the time. It's the growth area. Yes, we've got AI and all these concerns coming along, but I've spoken about this before on a previous episode. I think AI will be the greatest gift to human coaching, because if people get a taster of coaching via AI, they're going to want to upgrade, or a certain percentage of them will, to human coaches. And if that allows us to educate many, many more people, which it will do, about the power of coaching, that tiny percentage of those that want to go from AI to human coaching will be more clients than we've ever seen before. It'll be a tidal wave of opportunity in the world of coaching. And there's only one of you. So there's no need to compare. There's no need to think, I have to guard my coaching secrets with my life, because if they leak out, someone's going to do it before me. There is so much opportunity when you open your eyes to it. And what I see is the coaches that are unsuccessful, they lock themselves in to this comparison mindset and they can't get out of it, and they miss the wood for the trees. When you've got an abundance mindset, there is an abundance of opportunity, which is completely true. There is an abundance of clients out there, which is 100% true. More clients than you could ever possibly manage. But you've got to open your mind to it, and you open your mind to it through an abundant mindset. Now, here's where we get to the broader conversation about today's topic, which is turning coaching from a solo endeavor to a team sport. So I looked at this, and I've been fortunate enough to be in the coaching sphere for many, many years, and now have trained many, many great coaches. And then what tends to happen is they do the coaching thing and then they disappear, and then off they go. As mentioned, you can fall into the comparison mindset and all the things that I just mentioned. So in my mind, all the time, I'm thinking, how can we turn something that feels individual into a team sport? I love being part of teams. I've always been a part of teams all my life, from being a professional footballer and so forth and so on. And I love coaching. I just love it. And I love being around coaches. They're my kind of people. They're my tribe, as it were. Positive people that understand how their brains work, that are trying to add value to this planet of ours and lead lives of contribution. I want to hang out with those people more often. So how can we create this sense of engagement that feels like a team sport? And one of the things that we've just introduced into the Coach Business School is this concept of the coaching collective, the CBS coaching collective, which is effectively our coaching community, which has always been there, but under a slight reframe. We just had a recent event in London, which was incredible, in-person event. 50 of our coaches came literally from all over the globe to connect with each other, to share in our stories of the type of coaching we're doing, some of our successes, some of our failures, some of our learns. And it was just such a beautiful experience. And it was everything that I hoped it would be. And it really reminded me in the power of coming together as a team. Here we were, technically 50 coaches, in that comparison mindset, all in competition with each other. In an abundance mindset, we can all celebrate with each other. That's the kind of mindset that leads to success. And it's the secret to my success. I've been really open book for well over a decade. Share the best stuff. Don't hold anything back. And it continually pays dividends. And I don't stress or fear. I don't have to check Instagram about what anyone else is doing. I just don't look at it. It's the truth. I just do my thing and realize that hopefully my thing is enough to attract abundance of clients and people into my world. That's all I need. I don't need any more than that. I don't need to compare. And when you tune that mindset, and that's what we're really trying to do with all our coaches, you can come together as a collective And this is how you make it a team sport, in my mind. And our coaching collective is designed to do that. We will all go at this at different paces, shapes and sizes, and do different things in the world, from creating podcasts to writing books to starting challenges to a one-to-one coaching practice to part-time coaching to apps and bigger style initiatives that might help hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people within our coaching collective, within the Coach Business School, CBS Coaching Collective. All of those things are happening. How wonderful and joyous is that? Now, with an abundance mindset, you can come together as a collective rather than thinking it's me, your solo mission. It's a collective endeavor. So what we are endeavoring to do is then collate all the wins and successes from all our coaches in the coaching collective so that vicariously we can share in each other's wins. We can cheer each other on, we can support each other, we can lift each other up, we can share people's posts, we can like and comment and turn up when someone's speaking on a stage or releasing a book or a journal or whatever it looks like for them. We can vicariously celebrate all those wins. And that's what we're doing with the Coach Collective. So, for example, every quarter we're going to run a report where we go out to all of our coaches and we ask them to give us some data. I'll give you some of the basic stats that we'll be looking for, as well as many more. But, for example, what has your social reach been over the last 3 months? Ask all of our coaches that and then collate a final tally. And instead of it being an individual that maybe doesn't even really post on social media because that's not their thing. And by the way, I normally advise most of our coaches you don't even play around with social media because I think it's much more effective to do it old school in-person networking. But that's a story for another day. But let's just say there's a bit of a stat. It's a nice easy one to play around with. What's your social reach? We add it all together. And maybe from all of our coaches, instead of it being an individual couple of thousand people, it might be a few million people. Collectively, the CBS Coaching Collective has reached 2 million, 5 million, 10 million people this last 3 months. Collectively find out how many people have released a podcast, how many people that has reached over the last 3 months. Collate that into one single number as a team sport. That as a collective, we've reached all these hundreds of thousands of people through podcasts, through books that we've written, through coaching courses. Then celebrate some of the individual wins of people that are doing amazing things in the world. And I'm going to bring some of them onto the podcast because they are incredible. We just had one guy stand up at the recent coaching collective in person, Mark Long, and he was talking about the fact that at 40 he started to lose his sight. So Mark has a guide dog, stick, still has some vision, but very, very limited. What an unbelievable guy. What an unbelievable guy. Trained with us as a coach. Now he's really trying to inspire people in a similar situation to him that life doesn't end with your vision. And actually there's so much more you can do. And he's just an incredible storyteller and an incredible story, will be an amazing coach. That's in our collective. Most people have got no awareness of that because they didn't train in the same cohort or they're out doing their own thing. Bringing coaches together to make it a team sport rather than an individual one. That is how you create mass success, I believe. And we can all share in the wins, even for those wonderful coaches that have trained with us that have done so just for self-development. That at the moment have got no real aspirations to go out in the world and do some coaching. They're still a part of that collective. They can be the ones that cheer each other on. They can be the ones that comment on posts and share posts and turn up when someone speaks on a stage and buys the books and still gets to vicariously be part of this collective that's moving the needle in millions of people's lives. Come on, that's the sort of thing that I want to be a part of. That's why I designed this whole Coach Business School, to bring us together, to bring new people into our world, to give them the skills, the tools, techniques to go out into the world and help more people. And then collectively, we can move the needle in a massive way. That is why coaching doesn't have to be an individual comparison sport. It's much more effective and you're much more likely to be successful when you make it a team game. Okay, that is my little share / rant / motivational rah-rah for today. Hopefully you enjoyed this conversation. No matter where you're at, I'm with you. Whether you're still just trying to get this going, And by the way, we've just launched a refresher course for coaches that want to just skill up again and get back in the game. Maybe you've been sitting on the sidelines for too long. Again, go to Coach Business School or inquire at team@andyramage.com. We'll give you the details of the refresher course. So wherever you are, if you're just getting started, you're still learning, you've just created that first 1 or 2 clients or building a thriving practice, I hear you, I see you, I'm with you. Make sure you're part of our Coach Business School coaching collective, because together we can move the needle in millions of people's lives. How cool is that? That's enough from me. Thank you for joining me. Keep coaching. Your coach, Andy.